Hey guys, I'm Troken Navira, and real quick, I was reading the comments of my last couple episodes because I haven't really been reading comments. And I was reading the Doomslayer comments. First thing of Doomslayer, I saw Kirisho. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's a whatever, and he's great at what he does. And I was freaking out because, like, oh my god, he watches my videos. I love him because he's the person that introduced me to What Ifs, and he's the one that got me into it, and he's practically the reason why I have this channel. And I honestly love him. And he said, "Hey, I accidentally clicked on your video by mistake. You should probably name them by parts." And I immediately felt like an idiot. And I went through, edited all my videos, most of my videos, put parts in them accordingly. And I read the second, he also commented in my second part saying, "I am here, enter," or like a bunch of spaces, and says, "Can't wait to see where this series goes." Oh my god, my heart. I'm just happy. So, if you can't tell by the screen, welcome to part 4 of What If... No, part 4? Part 3? Part 3. To What If Deku was the god of thunder. Is it part 3? Yeah, it's part 3. Yeah, part 3. Right, and I don't know. Comment down below if you want me to do part 4 of what Deku was a zombie, because it's not my most famous one, and I don't know if you guys really like it. So, do comment below if you want to see more. Because I'm really iffy on that one. So, yeah. So last time on What If Deku was the God of Thunder, Deku was the USJ attack happened, and he went ballistic. He went on burst mode, and thunder started hitting everywhere around the world. People started getting healed by the thunder. Villains started getting attacked and shocked by it instantly, and with an instant knockout. Most people, the villains just got knocked out. I don't know if cops caught them or anything, but it did help bring crime rates down. And people started getting healed. People with cancer, with cut off limbs, their limbs are just magically back. All Might even got healed, or no, wait, he already was healed. Everybody got healed, even the Nomu, because the Nomu was an experiment. He was a regular guy, got kidnapped by One For All, and the doctor was experimented and turned into a monster. The Nomu was returned to his human state, and didn't look necessarily human. And throughout the world, people are wondering what the hell happened. Where did this giant thunderstorm that covered the world come from? Most people thought it was a villain attack, but some people realized maybe it was religion stuff, gods striking the earth and blah blah blah. But very few people in the USJ, even some of the villains and a couple of the students and one of the heroes, wink wink, saw Deku do this. They know that Deku was the cause of this earthly change, and they believe that he is a true god, and they're kind of followers in his cause. What's the word? I had a giant brain fart, whatever, cause, hypothetical cause, And when Deku knocked out all the villains in the USJ and healed his friends and the teachers, and healed the Nomu, and everybody's amazed, Deku just did all of this, and the giant beam of green and blue light and electricity slowly dies down. The thunderstorms dies down. Deku is just standing there, eyes closed, with markings all over his body glowing, slowly fading into his eyes. His eyes open and they're white, and slowly turn back to normal, as he just simply passes out. All Might, real quick, running over to catch him. Kodogiri, who surprisingly wasn't hit by any lightning, didn't, turn back. And Tomura, he did get hit by lightning. But, strangely enough, he was healed. He wasn't struck down, he was healed. And he's confused. Why was I healed? As he quickly shouts to Kodogiri to get us out of here, and they leave. The Nomu, or what was the Nomu, is just sitting there. A man, a skinny man with black hair, starts waking up. And he's confused, like, what happened? Where am I? As All Might looks over and says, "You don't remember what happened. You attacked us." As the man says, "Attacked you? I'm just the office worker." As then he realizes he doesn't remember. As he looks back down at Midoriya, says, "You must have reverted him back to his human state. Impressive, young Midoriya." Abara and Asui, I think that's who he was on the boat with, or was he even on the boat? They run over to check on Deku. All Might just says, "Don't worry, he's just passed out." As Nezu then, you guys are gonna love this, Nezu then runs over and tries to figure out what happened. Hold on.
All Might, mind telling me what the hell is happening here?
All Might looks down at the mouse principal and says, "Midoriya used his quirk to... I don't even know what he did." As he's just befounded by the power he just saw, which is even more amazing than One for All. Which, All Might, I don't think he knows that Deku's a god. And up in heaven, or whatever place they are, Black Up, Atreus, whatever I call them, and Alvi are just watching, and they're, like, proud of their little young god, and the couple of the other gods. As they're talking amongst themselves, and Deku appears up there in his mind state, asking, "What happened? Is everybody okay? Who's that big old guy?" As Black Up says, that was your old self. He's in your previous life. Before you became Izuku Midoriya, that was the previous god of thunder." As he kinda agrees, or understands. He then sits up there for a little bit, trying to wait until he wakes up. Then he does. Deku wakes up in the nurse's office with Aizawa, 13, All Might, Nezu, and Recovery Girl in there, including Ibarra, Midnight. Did I say Midnight? I think I already said Midnight. Midnight and who else? No, just them. Nope, Inko, his mom, is also in there. Inko is like, my baby, are you okay? As she's being, the worrisome mom that she is. Deku comforting, yeah, I'm okay. As Nezu walks up to Deku. Hold up.
Young Midoriya, do you mind explaining what happened in the USJ and how that storm affected everybody in the world?
Midoriya looks at the young, or not young, but the little mouse, saying, I don't know. I kind of blacked out. All I know is you went burst mode. All of them except for All Might says burst mode. All Might says, it's what happens when he loses control. That's what he's told me before. As they all understand. Ibara walks up to Deku and says, Midoriya, can I ask you a question? Midoriya says, yeah, shoot. She says, are you a god? As Deku just jaw drops what? Inko's like, what did you ask my son? The teachers are like, a god? Midnight is like, maybe? Midnight stands up and says, yeah, are you? As Nezu says,
seriously, do you, how am I supposed to say this? Midnight, Ibara, do you seriously think that one of my students, your students, Midnight, is a god?
Ibara looks down, kinda shameful, thinking, yeah, maybe he isn't a god, but deep down she just knows that he's a god. That power is so godlike. Midnight I was like, yeah, this kid can't be a god, can he? But for some reason, she's just oddly turned on. By the way, they're at age of consent. Just saying. I don't know what the age of consent is in Japan or whatever, but they're age of consent. So, it's legal. Just saying. So, Deku tries to get up, but Recovery Girl says, young man, you aren't supposed to be getting up. You're supposed to be in bed rest. As Deku says, I feel completely fine. Literally. As he lifts off his shirt, and all of his wounds that were there are completely healed. Recovery Girl says, oh, well, okay. Huh. As the teachers that were there, 13 all of them leave, and Inko and Midoriya are walking home. Bakugo looks over and says, Bakugo, who is standing there trying to wait for Midoriya, sees them two walk in, and Deku completely ignores Inko, says, oi, bastard, the hell was that? As Deku kind of sets back, but he isn't completely scared, because he has confidence now thanks to Atreus. Being the big brother. As Inko says, Bakatsuki, as Bakugo instantly kind of tenses up and says, sorry, it's Inko. As Deku says, hey, it's okay, Mom. Look, Katsuki, as Inko and Bakugo are like, the fuck did you just say? As Deku's just sitting there like, what, did I say something wrong? Bakugo says, you just called me Katsuki. Yeah, I called you Katsuki. Inko says, not Kachan? Deku takes a second to realize what he just said and says, oh, I just called you Katsuki. As Bakugo kind of backs away, saying, "Did I do something wrong? Because the only time you say that is when you're pissed off at me." As Deku says, "Huh. Well, since I'm starting to call you Koski, maybe you can stop calling me Deku." As Bakugo kind of gets pissed off at this and says, "The hell you say to me, Deku?" As Inko then again says, "Kotsky." And he says, "Sorry, that's Inko." She's scary for a mom. She's scarier than my mom. Because Inko can be that one mom that can be harsh. She can be that mom if she wants to. But she's just too innocent. She's the best mom. Only other best mom is probably my mom. But, that's, every mom is the best mom, except for Karens, because charm parents, because entitled parents, because they be bitches. So we continue. Deku is going home, and he sees a crowd of people in at his apartment. He's wondering, why the hell are there so many people here, Mom? Inko says, "Oh, well, word has somehow caught on that you were the cause of all that storm, of that giant storm cloud, and people are trying to get interviews of you." But Deku says, "Oh, well, that's great. Here." As he picks up his mom bridal style and leaps up, uses his kind of flight ability. It's not like super, but it's somewhat good, as he kind of floats up to the window of his house, up through the fire escape. I don't know if they have fire escapes, but whatever. As they get in undetected and just settle in the house, and staying there for a couple days trying to get rid of the press. So we move past the week. Deku has been training, and he figures out about his secret, about the secret of God powers. Atreus pulls him into the mindscape one day, and Deku's like, "Atreus, why are we here?" As Atreus says, "I'm here to tell you the secret of gods." Alvi, as he calls Alvi, the god of time, comes over and says, "Yes, Atreus." He says, "It's time." Alvi gets ready to tell Deku the secret of the power of gods. Deku is ultimately confused, like, the hell's going on? As Alvi says, "We're gonna tell you the secret to true power of the gods." As Deku's like, "Okay, so what I've been using isn't the true power?" Atreus says, "No, you've been only using a fraction of your true power." As Deku says, "Fucking fraction?" Alvi says, "Yes, we're gods. We created the multiverse." As Deku says, Wait, that stuff's real?" Black up behind them says, "Yes, it is real." As he turns around and sees this small man. Says, "Oh, there you are, Black up. I didn't see you down there." As Black up says, "Youngins," as he walks over to the others. Alvi says, "Look, Izuku, the true power of a god is their followers." Deku thinks, "Followers? What's that supposed to mean?" Atreus says, "The more followers you have, the more people that believe in you and trust you and need you there, that pray for you, the stronger you become." Deku kind of understands, like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. So the more people that know my name and support me, the stronger I get, kind of like heroes. And how they get higher up the rankings. Alvi says, "Yes, but not quite. You see, that's actually That's exactly like it. As Deku says, okay, so I just need to get stronger. To get people to follow me, to get even more stronger. Atreus says, yeah, that's the point of it. Yeah. Blackup says, oh, and since you did such a good job that time, I have a gift for you. As he opens another box. This one's bigger. It's about like the half of the size of Deku, which is just the size of Blackup. Because he's a short, little German man. Sorry, this just reminded me of a friend of mine. I always tease her about how short she is. She's like, I'm gonna kill you. And I'm just saying, you're gonna need a step stool to reach up here. So he opens up and he sees a shield. A shield with a thunderbolt on it. Deku's like, oh, a shield. Okay. It's a circle, like, round shield. It's a basic. It's about the size of Captain America's shield. But a little bit bigger. Deku says, okay, so how resistant to damage is this thing? Blackup says, it can withstand 10 nuclear bombs. He says, wow. He says, yes, the raw materials can. But together, well, I can't even say. The only thing that can break this is probably a Titan. Not even that. Probably the god of Titans. Deku says, is there a god of Titans? Aren't Titans like god-level creatures? Blackup says, yes, but this shield will definitely protect you. So he gives Deku the shield. Deku gladly takes it, and Atreus starts the training with the shield. And he starts doing moves like Captain America, like hitting multiple targets with one swing, having a little frisbee contest with it, And Atreus, on the last day before the the sports festival, which, by the way, they're brought back to school, they're talking about the sports festival and all that, and before the sports festival, like 2 days before the sports festival, Atreus is having a talk with Deku. He says, so the sports festival's coming up. That means that you're going to be shown to the public. That means that you need to get your power out there. You need to let people know that you are strong and you are a god. That means that you are powerful. You're going to show them that. You're going to get more followers from this. You know that, right? Deku says, yeah, I know. But Atreus then says, good. But to get more ready, I'm going to teach you a technique that only I know. Deku gets excited. Right now, Deku's confidence is pretty high. Like, he's a good amount of confidence. And he's kind of got a Goku kind of personality. Like, he's itching for a fight, Like, he's ready. He wants to struggle. He wants a battle. No, it's more like that one kid from Black Clover. I don't know if I said this before, but he has that, like, personality of the kid that wants a death battle, like a battle to the death, who wants like a thrill of a fight, So he's ready, and no, that's the wrong one. Atreus then uses puts out his hand and weird stuff comes out of it, like a mist. And then a giant wolf comes out. Deku then realizes, oh, is that like a spirit animal or something? Atreus says, close. It's your familiar. It's kind of like wizards and stuff, but cooler. You can see out of their eyes. You can become one with them. Like drones or something. But these drones are spiritual. They can attack and kill hundreds. Deku's like, oh, okay. As Atreus gets a small paintbrush and a little bit like multiple animal bloods as he writes something on Deku's hand, right hand. Atreus says, try focusing your power, your god power, into that hand and try and make a small burst even. So Deku focuses and his eyes go white as his hand starts getting covered in the markings. As then another type of mist comes out, but instead it's blue and green. As the mist comes out and takes the form of, wait for it, a bunny. Yeah. Dick was like, a bunny? Atreus says, it's gonna start out small, but the more you train, the more it changes. I started out with a hamster, so this is a level up. And it's quite impressive even. Deku kind of feels good about himself and says, well, thank you. As then it's the day before the sports festival, which I will be doing in the next episode, probably. I don't know. Next part. As Aizawa is there and says, okay, today we're going to be doing something pretty challenging. Probably going to be the hardest thing you'll do here. As they're all thinking to themselves, harder than a villain attack? As then he says, we're going to be choosing your hero names. Most of them take a sigh of relief. Like, that's it? And others are like, why do I have a bad feeling about this? As Eraserhead says, if you mess up and pick something stupid, like Alien Queen, looks at Mina, then you'll be stuck with that and you'll have to regret it for the future. I know that better than anyone. As he remembers a flashback of him and Mike in UA, and him having no clue what to call himself, and Mike saying, how about Eraserhead? As he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And now he regrets it, ultimately. And now, they all choose up their names. And Bakugo is about to go up, but then Deku says, hey, I should have an idea for you instead of King Explosion Murder. As Bakugo says, the hell's better than that? As Deku whispers something in his ears. As he thinks and says, damn it, that's good, but it's from a stupid Deku. As he reluctantly erases King Explosion Murder on his board and replaces it with something else. Bakugo walks up and says, my hero name, Dynamite, the explosive hero. And it isn't dynamite like regular dynamite, it's like Dyna and then might, like all might. As most of them are like, whoa, that's cool. Kirishima's like, might as in all might, really? As Bakugo kind of blushes and says, hey, don't blame me, blame Deku, he's the one who thought it up. As everyone's like, man, that's a really good name, Deku, you're pretty good. As Shiro says, hey, might help me with mine, I have no clue what to pick. As Deku says, oh, yeah, how about, as he says, Shiro's hero name in canon, because I have no clue what his hero name is. It like Cellophane or something like that? I don't know, he says that, it's like, oh, that's cool, yeah. As he writes it down and chooses it as his hero name. As Bakugo's like, wait, damn it, I just gave him all the credit. As he goes over and sits down, and Deku goes up with his hero name. Deku says, and puts down his hero name, which will be, I'm trying to think of something at the top of my head. I don't want to be like Thunder God. Or a taser face. Imagine his hero name is Taser Face. Oh god, that'd be stupid. Hey, sorry. Okay. I don't know if it cut off for me, so I still got the recording, so we're at here Deku's hero name, which will be Mjolnir. Mjolnir, the Thunder Hero. And Midnight says, as in Thor's hammer, the Thunder God. Deku says, yeah, since Bara kind of gave me the hint to the name. Zabara kind of just sits there and blushes. And whispers, thanks. As Mina kind of catches on and says, ooh, somebody's got a crush. And we go on to the sports festival, which I am going to be leaving off for the next episode. So, sorry for the little cut there, because that sucked. So, I hope you guys liked this. If you did, like, subscribe, blah, 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 YouTube shit. And see you guys later. Bye-bye.